What's up, everybody? Got me a new trailer. This is a 4x8 tilt bed trailer, a little bit smaller than the one I did before, but I actually ended up getting this from the lady who bought my last trailer. She said, hey, if you want this trailer, I have one for $50 you can have. It's just a little too small for me and it needs a little bit of work. So I said, yeah, sure. So I went and picked that up and here we are. So we're gonna get tore into it. And I took your all suggestions from the comments and I got pressure treated wood. We're gonna fix all the rust. I'm gonna do all the wheel bearings, the lights, paint all of it. I still have stain from the last build, so we will be staining the wood again. And then I might even make a little enclosure on it. So with that being said, let's get into it, get all this old wood off. Guys, before I get started, I just do want to apologize for the wind. It is absolutely windy here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure you all can hear it in the video, but I'm gonna try my best to do the best I can with editing surrounded by this wind, because I do not have a building or a garage or shed to work in, so bear with me. I ain't gonna lie to you, I tried to tip it over on its side, but this thing weighs probably a few hundred pounds more than I expected it to. So I'm gonna crawl underneath there and get all the bolts out this way. All right, I got all the bolts broken from behind it. Most of them snapped and they were all rusted solid. As I dropped the trailer, I ended up snapping off the little spring latch that catches the tilt bed. So whoever had this before, they tried welding it on, and I don't know if you could see this or not, but they did an absolutely terrible job. But it does have these clamps, so either I'm gonna need a U-bolt and clamp it on that way, or I'll get it welded on a lot better. So let's get all these boards off now. As I'm looking at these boards, these are nothing more than just deck boards that you put around a pool or something. So they're not even that strong, to be honest. All right, everybody, if you all saw my last video, you know my pressure washer, I ended up pulling the string out of it. It is still broke. It's only been about a week. So So I do have my water hose down here. I'm gonna spray it down and clean it the best I can. And this right here is the rust dissolver that I ended up buying from Walmart. So I read the directions on this, and it says remove any oil, grease, grime, dirt from the material or the object that you're cleaning, and leave it wet as you spray this stuff on. So I'm hoping that is correct because the directions do say that. So I'm going to clean it the best I can, spray it down really good. It says it works in as fast as 30 minutes, but you can leave it on longer for better penetration and better results. So what I'm going to do, it's getting dark now, so I'm going to clean this trailer, spray it down real good, head to toe, top to bottom, and then tomorrow when I get off work, get it ready and prep it for paint. All right, this stuff comes on super thick, so I'm gonna go get a paintbrush and roll it on and help it move out.
Are you excited in candy cane farm?
Yeah, baby. I bet you can. We'll see. Oh, what? All right, baby. Come on. It's rust remover. Rust, yes. You do a favor. You stand on this for me? Stand on it. You got it? Don't let it go. Yeah, it does. All right, everybody, we're back the next day, and I just want to show you the trailer real quick. I'm absolutely not happy with it. That little Rust-Oleum rust remover stuff did a terrible job. Let me just show you. So I ended up putting this white film over it, all of it, and it just looks terrible. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over it all with a wire brush and a wire wheel and try to get all this stuff grinded off and cleaned up the best we can. I think that's the best approach anyways. All right, so for the materials I'm going to do to grind this off, I have plenty of drills that have batteries, but I don't think I have enough batteries to do the amount of work I'm going to need. So I went out to Walmart and bought the cheapest little corded power drill that they have, and then I bought a pack of little wire wheels, and I already have one to start out with. So this one I'm going to be using to get this thing started. For the grinding part, I'm going to start from the end of the trailer and work my way down. I ended up flipping the trailer over just so I can get to the bottom side and grind everything on the bottom as well. Real quick, I just want to show you all what it's doing. It's pretty much getting it to very smooth. Yeah, there's still a little brown surface rust and dust, but I'll come back, clean all that up. But this is after and before. Look how nasty and corroded it is. Like even this axle, this is me grinding it off, and then this is, you know, before, after, or before and after. So it's definitely making a big difference. Look how nasty it is. So compared to it cleaned up. So just wanted to show you all. All right, one thing I'm gonna do now while I got it upside down, I am gonna clean it up here in just a second with my air gun and get all the dust and debris off before we get it painted. But I wanna go ahead and get these wheels off and check these hubs. Actually, I can leave the wheels on. The woman I bought it from, she said she ended up putting brand new hubs and wheel bearings about 3 years ago, and she only used it one time and then she parked it because it was too small for her. So with that being said, it was 3 years ago. I'm still gonna go ahead and check them out, and that's what you all recommend, so definitely want to do that. So let's get these wheels off and check out the wheel bearings. One thing I do gotta say is these hubs actually look really good. Good shape, a little bit dirty, but I mean fairly new. And one thing I've noticed, there's no play in it at all, so that's definitely a good sign. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this cap off and check it out. Along with the hubs looking good, these tires are practically brand new. You can still even see the little red line in them. So check the hub out. Does look pretty good in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this cotter pin off and get this out. All right, got the cotter pin out. Castle nut, put that over there. All right. Seems like in good shape. Let's go ahead and check the back one. Oh yeah, looks really good in there. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more grease and put it on that bearing. I got it, might as well use it, right?
I'm just gonna. Well, I'm definitely getting. All right, that's where I want it. Castle nut is in. Get the cap. Oh. Ugh. Well, bearing's in good shape. All right. All right, sorry about that. My battery died, ended up swapping it out, but I did get both of them. I checked the wheel bearings on both of them. They both look pretty good, and I repacked them with grease the best I could. First time doing that, so bear with me. But they are done, and they look good, and they spin great. So next step, I'm gonna go clean off this frame the best I can and get it ready for paint. All right, got everything ready for paint. Unfortunately, it's gonna be dark here in like the next 20 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the trailer up for the day, and then tomorrow we'll get to painting. All right, everybody. It's the third day working on this. I haven't been working on it that long. It's just time change and the weather. Last night it rained all night, but today trailer's still dry. I got it pulled up here. I had it over here underneath the carport. I'm gonna get the tail lights off, and then we're gonna paint the whole entire thing on the bottom, and then I'll get it flipped over and paint the front, or the top side. So let's get to it. Got the paint ready. I'm gonna start from the top, work my way down. The one good thing about this trailer is all the rust that it has is just pretty much surface rust. And with the grinder wheel taking it off, it looks absolutely amazing. Everything's looking really good. I just wanted to show you all that this is a fairly, it looks rusty, but it's just surface rust and it cleans up very well. All right, everybody, I did get the trailer fully painted. There may be a few spots that I have to touch up afterwards, but for right now, it will work. Oh man, almost fell. But while this is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and get the wood out. I did get pressure treated wood this time, just so you all do know that. But I'm gonna get it out and get it fully stained, top, bottom, left, right, side, top, down, the whole thing before I put it on. So let's get the wood out. All right, everybody, I got my sawhorses out with some pressure treated wood on it. I'm gonna do 3 boards at a time. I think I got 8 total. I did read your all's comments about using oil and diesel fuel mix and using that as a stain, and that's a great idea, and I'll absolutely be using that because I do have multiple vehicles, razors, boats, mowers, the whole 9 yards. So why waste money? But with that being said, I do still have a little over half a gallon of this deck stain, so I'm gonna be using this up before I convert to the oil. So let's get to it. Got the first 3 boards done, front and back, left, right, top, bottom. So while these are extremely wet, you know, stain. So I think the trailer is fairly dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set each board on the trailer so it can air dry as I continue to do the other, what, 5 boards. So. All right, I'm gonna leave them on the trailer just like this to let them dry, and then I'll get the next board started. All right, got all the boards stained, you know, top, bottom, left, right, up, down, all the way around. So I'm gonna let these dry for a little bit, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for to screw all the boards down. And I'm using these right here, metal wood to screw, metal screws. They did really good on the last build I did. So I'm gonna use these again and go ahead and get this tacked on. All right, got all the boards done, screwed all in, secured, not going nowhere. Now, I do need to do the lights, but before I do the lights, I do want to see about making an enclosure. As you can see, it does have these little brackets here. So I'm not going to do nothing fancy, but I do want to make like a little, maybe about a foot high, all the way around, little box that I can stain the wood on, and that it can be removable in case they want to use it. And if not, I think it will just be a selling point. You know, they can have a little bit of a secure boundary all the way around the trailer. And if they don't decide to use it, you get a nice little flatbed tilt trailer. So now I'm going to start working on that. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I do have a couple ideas, so I'm going to try out. All right, everybody, what I've come up with is I have this little ladder from my old hunting stand that I used to have. And I don't need the ladder itself, but I need these little bars here. They go right here. So what I was thinking is on each one of these little brackets, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a hole right here that goes through and through. So I was thinking I could put it through here and put a nut and bolt, and at the top of it, drill a hole through here and screw on a piece of wood and go all the way around. And then if they don't want it, they can just unbolt it and take it right off. So that's what I'm going to try out. All right, everybody, change of plans. While I'm working on this now, I do have quite a bit of these left, the metal to wood screws. So what I want to do is something like this, and it puts it in there so tight, and if they want to take it out, it will come right out. So I can get this done today if I use these screws, so we're going to try this out and see how it looks. All right, everybody, I'm so sorry about that. My battery ended up dying, and I had no clue. It was around my neck as I was putting these on, and I guess I didn't hear the beeps or distracted or something. But as you see, all I did was just put a screw in on all these metal pieces here. Now these are untreated 2x4s, but it is way stronger than I thought it'd be, just putting this on, and it can be removed really fast. I'm not going to put a gate on it just because some people might not like it. And one of the concerns that I have is that these might be too high, and I might be able to put another one down here. But as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up. I want to paint these bars black to match the trailer, and also stain these boards. So I'm going to take this all down except for the bars. I'm going to put a protector right here and spray paint these, and then I'm going to put the wood on the dolly over here and get them stained. All right, now that I got these painted, they look really good. They match the trailer with the fresh paint job. I'm very pleased with that. Now let's get over and stain these 2x4s. All right, everybody, now it's time for lights. I ended up buying this kit at a peddler's mall, just, you know, cheap and simple, does the job perfect, but they would not fit in the brackets here on the trailer because these style, they have this little, for one, that wouldn't fit at all. I've tried multiple times, but it has this little metal box. So I ended up buying a couple of these LEDs. And I already have another wire harness for it. So these will just fit inside of here, and that will get bolted onto there. So let's get those on. All right, guys, bear with me. I just screwed up. I was trying to install the lights here, and I had the trailer up on the ball, and I had the lights plugged in, and I took the trailer off and I dropped it, and I completely ripped out the yellow wire on this adapter. So I'm currently working on it. It's getting dark. I'm trying my best, so I'll see what I can do. All right, everybody, sorry that took so long. I had some technical difficulty with the lights. I ended up hooking them up and I completely broke them as soon as I got done. But I finally got them done. I'm gonna go show you in my truck, test them, make sure they all work, and then we'll move on to the next part. What's up, everybody? Today is the last day I'm going to be working on this before I post it online on Marketplace to see how much we get for profit. And the last thing I gotta do is I got to put this mechanism back on and paint it up. It ended up breaking on me about the second day I was working on it. So I ended up getting this little U-bolt here. All we got to do is put it on like that over the bar, or the tongue I should say. Bolt it down, tack it with some spray paint, make it look good, and we'll be all done. So let's do it. All right, everybody, the trailer's officially done for what I'm gonna do to it. The next person can do and add their touches to it, but I think it turned out pretty good. So right now, let's turn around, give you a walkthrough around the trailer, and get this thing posted online. All right, just like before on my last trailer, I'm gonna put the total right here on the screen so y'all can see exactly what it cost and the breakdown of everything I bought for this trailer and get it done. So I'm gonna post it on Marketplace now. I'm thinking I'm gonna post this one online for $500. The last trailer I did it for $650 and I think I got $585 for it. This one's a lot smaller than the last one I did, but it turned out great. So $500, we'll test the waters and see what we get. But the breakdown's right here. So I'll stay tuned when it's sold, and I'll let y'all know how much I got. What's up, everybody? I'm in my truck right now in my yard. It's pretty chilly outside. It's been about 4 days, and I've gotten a couple offers, but people are pretty much lowballing me, asking $200, $250, and I'm trying to hold out like you all said. But I do have an offer at $500, and they're on their way here now. They should be here in about the next 10 minutes. So if they do buy it, I'll let you all know. Guys, they bought it. They just took off with it, $500. So right now at the bottom of the screen, I'll put the total of how much it cost and the profit just so y'all have it. But I appreciate y'all watching. If y'all like this type of content, subscribe, comment, give me some pointers, or if I should do any other flips other than trailers. I'm new to this, so I'm gonna start doing all kinds of stuff, but I appreciate y'all's time and watching me. Y'all have a good day. Bye.